Okay, good morning, everyone. May you all be well at this time. And now, the debate week was held today with the theme entitled Mosirun. This is believed that COVID-19 vaccine will help people to cope with the social distancing. And before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Danias Telaumbanua as the education here. And also, I didn't forget to greet and introduce the parties of the two members who filed today's program in Namely. Number one, Widiawati and Yuni Oktaviani as opening government. Number two, Yohana Bela Sari and Wiranda Queen as opening opposition. Number three, Nuri Hidayati and Yunini as closing government. Number four, Dandi and Anil as closing opposition. And I will also give of rules for the government and the opposition will be given 2 minutes to present their presentation. And number two, it's forbidden to drop each other in debate. Number three, it is hard that the explanation of the debate will be straightforward. Number four, the debate will be opened with opening material from both the government and opposition and closing from the government and opposition parties with direct and directly delivery. Okay, maybe that's what I can say it. It's time for us debate discussion motion on Mosiron. This is believed that COVID-19 vaccine will help people to cope with the social distancing. And the first session with the opening of both groups, I would like to invite the opening government to Widiawati as a beginner. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity given to me. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Widiawati. I'm from the morning class. Here I am the opening government. The theme of debate today is the host believe that COVID-19 vaccine will help people to cope with social distancing. COVID-19 has spread across the globe, collectively infected more than 1 million people, including the British Prime Minister, and spread to every continent except in August. It became clear that Australia's flu season was the mildest on record. Overall, there were less than a tenth of infections seen in 2019, and most of them occurred before the pandemic. These all took place at mice more testing and had even been done before. The body can produce these antibodies naturally, but the head it is bigger and more. So, in the immune system tends to focus on identifying it, while the stall in the challenge with universal vaccine, it is past the body can produce these antibodies naturally, but the head is bigger and more constitutive. The reason for not taking the flu vaccine varied from never having been infected with the flu to having been, but still having the flu. This shows the misunderstanding regarding and the nature of effectiveness in the influenza vaccine that can be carried into the type of coronavirus vaccine. Social distance or social distancing activities are carried out as a health strategy to prevent or slow down and spread of the virus. In fact, social distancing has become a new norm in life after the emergence of various diseases. In addition, social distancing it is also carried out by isolating oneself from infected people, quarantining themselves so that people can be separate from each other. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Widiawati. Now we invite the time and place to continue from the opposition. Yohana Belasari, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity given to me. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Yohana Belasari, Class B morning of my study. I am the opening and closing competition. THBT that COVID-19 vaccine will be people to cope with social distancing. Currently, new vaccine must be developed every year to match the virus that are expected to circulate in the future. The northern hemisphere vaccine competition is determined in February, while the southern hemisphere vaccine competition is selected in September. There are also universal vaccine that you only need on and can protect you from all type of flu year after year. In the way, it will be possible to introduce a mass vaccination program and give up a history of flu public participation and awards together with the government to deal with the spread of COVID-19 is very much needed, namely by following the set by the cultural and local lifestyle. The role of the community is very important starting from the level to monitor their cities with how they are traveling outside the city, preventing them from gathering and collecting data on their station, including ODP or PDP. Apart from social distancing, the team in government's effort to stop the spread of the virus, the government can work alone but require the participant of the competence of society, including religious leaders, community leaders, and other community institutions, to help the government cover the community. I don't agree if what is a flight is only to maintain a distance, while the vaccine here is actually very important to prevent the COVID-19 virus from develop. Thank you.
Okay, maybe we can continue the debate. What's next?
Okay, thank you for the time given to me. So I will introduce myself. My name is Yuni Oktaviani. I'm from the morning class. I am semester 3. I'm in opening government. A vaccine for COVID-19 will be a critical tool for helping bring the pandemic under control when combined with effective testing and existing prevention measures. With several promising vaccine candidates in the pipeline, some under review for approval, and the Pfizer or BioNTech and Moderna vaccine approved for use. The race for a safe and effective vaccine has entered into a new phase. The threat to children posed by COVID-19 is enormous, extending far beyond the immediate physical effects of the disease. As lockdown restrictions continue or are reimposed, children's access to essential health services may be seriously affected. The resulting reduction in routine health care coverage levels and a looming recession and threatening the health and future of a generation of children. Below are answers to some of the most common questions parents might have about the potential COVID-19 vaccine. When will the COVID-19 vaccine be ready? Developing a safe and effective vaccine takes time, but thanks to the unprecedented investment in research and development and global cooperation, scientists have been able to develop a vaccine against COVID-19 in record time. While still maintaining robust evidence-based and rigorous regulatory standards, there are currently more than 200 vaccine candidates, 56 in clinical and 166 in pre-clinical development. Under development, with many in clinical trials, a number of these vaccine candidates are in phase 3 clinical trials. the final step before a vaccine is approved. But it's important to remember that the journey from developing a vaccine to listening it, producing it at scale, and using it widely is a long one. Once the vaccine receives the required approval, it will then be critical that is made accessible in a timely and equitable manner. To reach those that need it most, there where UNICEF its partners come in. UNICEF will leverage its unique experience as the largest single vaccine buyer in the world by collaborating with the PHAO revolving fund and the COVID-19 Vaccine Global Access Facility or COVAX facility in what could possibly be the world's largest and fastest procurement and supply of vaccine. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, where is the next? It's your time. Okay, maybe we can continue the debate. What's next?
Okay, thank you for the time given to me. So I will introduce myself. My name is Yuni Oktaviani. I'm from the morning class. I am semester K. I'm in opening government. A vaccine for COVID-19 will be a critical tool for helping bring the pandemic under control when combined with effective testing and existing prevention measures. With several promising vaccine candidates in the pipeline, some under review for approval, and the Pfizer or BioNTech and Moderna vaccine approved for use. The race for a safe and effective vaccine has entered into a new phase. The threat to children posed by COVID-19 is enormous, extending far beyond the immediate physical effects of the disease. As lockdown restrictions continue or are reimposed, children's access to essential health services may be seriously affected. The resulting reduction in routine health care coverage levels and a looming recession and threatening the health and future of a generation of children. Below are answers to some of the most common questions parents might have about the potential COVID-19 vaccine. When will the COVID-19 vaccine be ready? Developing a safe and effective vaccine takes time, but thanks to the unprecedented investment in research and development and global cooperation, scientists have been able to develop a vaccine against COVID-19 in record time. While still maintaining robust evidence-based and rigorous regulatory standards, there are currently more than 200 vaccine candidates, 56 in clinical and 166 in pre-clinical development. Under development, with many in clinical trials, a number of these vaccine candidates are in phase 3 clinical trials, the final step before a vaccine is approved. But it's important to remember that the journey from developing a vaccine to listening it, producing it at scale, and using it widely is a long one. Once the vaccine receives the required approval, it will then be critical that is made accessible in a timely and equitable manner. To reach those that need it most, there where UNICEF its partners come in. UNICEF will leverage its unique experience as the largest single vaccine buyer in the world by collaborating with the PHAO revolving fund and the COVID-19 Vaccine Global Access Facility or COVAX facility in what could possibly be the world's largest and fastest procurement and supply of vaccine. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, where is the next? It's your time.
Okay, thank you for the time. My name is Wiranda Queen. I'm from Kelas B morning. And all right. Even though there are some remote rules, But even if there are people out there who do not adhere to the healthy protocol, knowing that a vaccine is essential to help prevent the spread of this COVID-19. If it does not use the vaccine, then COVID-19 dissemination will continue. It increases because we cannot identify directly who are exposed to the virus or not. Then the vaccine is important. Therefore, I disagree if the vaccine is not given to the public. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wiranda. Time up. Now, the first session of the submission opening is over. Now we will enter the closing statement on the elaboration of the government and opposition parties. And here you can add statement or question of to both parties. So I would like to invite the closing government to Nuri Hidayati.
Fine, thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me. My name is Nuri Ramadanti. In my opinion, vaccine to help social distancing because what social distancing itself is from the person, not from the vaccine. Is I agree with vaccine to help reduce the exciting virus. Social distancing occurs when human distance twins self from the social environment and their lifespan. The COVID vaccine will channel the every person to what the government has said regardless of the environment or social distancing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nuri Ramadanti. So we invite the time and place to confirm the opposition. To Anil, the floor is yours. Anil.
Okay, thank you. I'm Anil, student of English Education Study Program from B Morning class. And this debate, I am asked the opposition. I don't agree with this motion because according to the data and source, I recite a professor of the Faculty of Medicine, University of Pajajaran, Dr. Kisi Rasyana Sujana Prawira Sasmita, said there are still many people who down the COVID-19 vaccine. The amount are quite a lot, which around 30%. What is the reason? Okay, the biggest reason for this down is due to lack of correct information regarding development of the COVID-19 vaccine. Of course, this is very unfortunate because according to him, to achieve herd immunity or communal immunity, the standard is that 70% of the population of the country must be vaccinated or prevent the spreading of the virus. He also explained that this vaccine will be intended for healthy people aged 18 until 59 years. He gave the reason why the elderly and children under the age of 80 were not allowed to be vaccinated, namely because they had to relatively slow immune responses. Some parties turned out to doubt the claim the efficacy of the AstraZeneca corona vaccine was 70% effective because there were irregularities in the claim data collection, official in the United States. said that AstraZeneca's claim the collaboration with Oxford University were based on the unclear data. This is because the clinical trials results released by AstraZeneca do not explain how the vaccine will affect parents. Complaints also come from academics. They thought AstraZeneca was not transparent enough with the result of the critical trial. Okay, only that from me. Thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you for Anil. So, back again, I would like to invite the opponent government to Yunini. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. My name is Yunini. The COVID-19 vaccine will help people overcome social distancing, even though a person has been injected with the vaccine. One thing to maintain somewhat better health protocol. Still, wear a mask and keep a distance from the person being vaccinated does not guarantee that he is safe, although the probability is low. Thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you, Yunini. So we can invite the time and please to continue from the opposition to Dandi. The floor is yours. Dandi, open your mic.
Okay, thank you for the time. My name is Dandi Supriadi. I ask closing the opposition. I also opposite what you said according to the news I read from Kompas.com. Epidemiologists reminded the situation of COVID-19 Indonesia entered a critical period in early 2021. The presence of vaccine is not the situation to stop the coronavirus pandemic. Indonesian epidemiologist at Griffith Universitas Australia, Diki Budiman said that in the next 3 to 6 months, the COVID-19 case in Indonesia will enter a critical period. In the midst of the increasing positive case of the coronavirus, and that's due to COVID-19, Diki said it was a wrong understanding if the public thought that there was a vaccines, then all will be over. Vaccines are not a magic solution, but only one way to avoid individual immunity and societal protection. Diki reminded that there is no perfect COVID-19 vaccine to provide protection because a small number of corona vaccine revisions are still possible to contract COVID-19. It's just that hopefully that impact will not be too severe, though is not mean that after being injected immediately discovered, it will take years to achieve the herd immunity goal, said Diki. Vaccination success and the curve solves, although the Indonesian government has brought in millions of doses of Sinovac vaccine, so be ready for us and the vaccine program emergency as is still pending permission from the Food and Drug Superior Agency BPOM. Furthermore, Diki explained that giving the corona vaccine to the entire community might take up to 12 months or more. The patch is that the curve in Indonesia is still increasing. There are currents that it will become infected or it will take longer to create herd immunity, explained Diki. The COVID-19 health protocol also still has to be carried out even though the corona vaccination has been carried out. The important thing to do at this time, said Diki, is to change the treating strategy, test, tracing, treatment, as well as the implementation of 5M, namely in addition to mencuci tangan, memakai masker, menjaga jarak, membatasi mobilitas interaksi, serta mencegah dan menghindari kerumunan. This effort, according to Diki, is an important step for Indonesian people to control and stop the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dandi. This is time up. So beside on what is described from both side, I give a closing like this. Number one, in the opinion of the government, the challenge with universal vaccine is to push the immune system in the right direction. Social distancing or maintaining social distancing is considered to be one of the most important strategies in preventing infection with the coronavirus or COVID-19. Number two, according to opposition opinion, but the big reason for this doubt is due to the lack coverage information regarding the development of the COVID-19 vaccine. So, meanwhile, my conclusion here is vaccine COVID-19 vaccine information that has been dismined from social media. We need to study personally the quality. It is true, such as from the opposition, it is not certain whether the vaccine is effective or not because of our different immunity, but there are times when it's true, as confided by the government, so that we remain vigilant in this matter, so as social distancing. So in these cases, hopefully we can apply to be patient. Unity later we get the correct answer in this COVID-19 report. So maybe this is what I can say. Given Abundant Hadley, good morning and see you soon.